How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. I haven't been posting because honestly I've just been really kind of stressed about this whole virus situation. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. And sorry, that was my chair. How are you doing this quarantine? I mean, it's a little scary. Let's not talk about it. Today, I'm gonna show you how I cover my acne. And I had actually already filmed this video with like faded acne scars, and then new pimples appeared. I was just like, these bitches have to serve for something. And so this is what they're gonna serve like. I have two new ones and they're still a little bit active. Like they were worse, a lot worse yesterday. They were really popping, but they're still really active, especially this one is so red. I'm gonna show you how I do my whole like base covering thing. I have no idea what I'm gonna use. I'm super happy that my hair is long enough that I can use bobbles again. I don't actually think I have a foundation that is my exact shade right now. So I'm gonna mix two. It's fine. I'm gonna use a primer. You can use any primer you want that will be to your skin type. My skin type, I've been back and forth a lot. My skin type is definitely combination oily. But I do so many acne treatments and I've been through all of those facials and everything, so it's constantly like flaky and dehydrated. I like to use a COLOURPOP Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I feel like it's really nice. Another one that is really nice but way more expensive is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. Could be a dupe to the coconut primer. I'm not talking ingredients, kind of like texture and finish. It's really nice. After my primer, this is completely like optional, but there is a product that I really like to use, and it comes in like two formulas. So there's this is the Cicapair from Dr. JART, and there's a grass cream which I find a little bit thick for me, and then the Camo drops. I really love the Camo drops, and I've applied a little bit. As you can see, I'm not as red, but my camera kind of was not turned on. Just gonna apply a little bit here so you can see what it looks like. It looks kind of greenish, a pale green, and then as you know, it's one of those things that as you kind of work it in, it builds up to some coverage. And I really like this because it does calm skin down. It offers a little coverage. So if you have like redness, but it isn't like extreme redness, it's extreme spot, it's just like overall sensitivity, you might just do away with only this. There's only one shade to this because technically it adapts to all shades. I don't think that might be true for like darker skin tones. It definitely doesn't go orange on me, so I really like that. So let's put a little bit of the Catrice Foundation and the FENTY Foundation. This is what it looks like. It's just gonna come up to right about my shade. I've applied a lot of it, so I'm just gonna use this not but cleanish part of the beauty blender to work that in. As you can see, like we have almost full coverage, but the finish is amazing. It's super luminous, which I always like. I've never been a matte type of girl, or I haven't been like in ages. I don't know if it's the stress of quarantine or anything, but I'm getting loads of breakouts. So yeah, there's that. These boards are being annoying. Maybe I'm being annoyed by everything. Maybe that is it. As you know, I love different concealers for different functions. So for under my eyes, I'm gonna be using the NARS Chantilly Radiant Concealer. I don't know if it's like creamy radiant or something radiant. It's a radiant creamy concealer. So this is my favorite under eye concealer at the moment because it is super creamy, it is high coverage, and at the same time, it doesn't like dry you out, because I feel like most of the concealers now are so matte and they're great for acne but horrible for dry under eyes, which hello. If you have combination to oily, you want something a little bit more matte that's gonna adhere to the pimple and not move a lot. My favorite one is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. Now with the beauty blender, no matter how great the coverage is, the beauty blender is always gonna tone it down a little bit. So what I do that like with an export, you can still see a little bit through it. So I'm gonna take my concealer, just gonna use a flat like mini kabuki brush, and this is the Sigma Precision Flat P80. So first of all, I'm just gonna dab it in, and as you can see, this is the shade 321 Eggshell. I also have the porcelain shade, is a lot lighter, so it's not my shade right now. So I'm just gonna put it there. Okay, I'm gonna put it there. And as you can see, now it's full coverage, but I look insane. So I'm gonna go with like a fluffy but dense concealer brush and just buff out the edges. And try to kind of like work them into the rest of your base. As you can see, that looks a lot better. A lot of people take a brush with powder and like it or not, it's gonna brush a little bit of it off. I'm gonna take my powder now, and what I'm gonna do first is with this little brush that we were buffing around with, this is my Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. This is not overly matte, but it is a little bit like soft matte. So I'm just gonna take it a little bit, I'm gonna tap it so it doesn't look cakey. Let's go over that pimple a little bit. So that is set. So when you go over the rest of your makeup with the powder, you don't have to be like as vigilant or careful. What I do is I do this, but if you have a lot of product, you can just tap it off on your wrist. So you're not like baking, because I hate that. So I'm just gonna dab it under eye, because I don't want like an overly matte look. I just want to set the product. And ditto with the rest of your face. Usually I do under eyes and then T-zone. If you see from afar, you can't even tell I have acne, bitch. One trick that you can do to help distract from texture or distract from pigmentation, if you want to do so, is freckles. So if you want to know how I do my freckles, I do have like a full-fledged freckle tutorial that I'm going to link up here. Just going to show you a little bit. When you add more like, not only pigmentation, but when you add more depth to your skin, so when you add like a cha-cha blush, or something that kind of distracts the eye, it's kind of always look like you don't have as much acne. With this whole video, I'm not being like, oh, you should be embarrassed of your acne, not at all. If you know me, like I'm always showing off my acne. But I do feel more confident when I have no acne. I wanna normalize acne, but I also wanted to tell you that it's okay if you haven't gotten to that place where you completely feel amazing and sexy with your acne. I haven't gotten there. I think I've come a long way, but I haven't gotten there. And it's okay. We're all human. It's not only like people judging me for my acne, it's like I don't want to be defined by it, you know? Like if you look at here now, where is my pimple? You don't even know. It's kind of like hidden in the freckles. This one is a little bit harder to hide because that bit's be popping. But you can even put a freckle right on top of it, a little bit of brow pencil, pretend it's a mole. So this is basically the finished look. I added a little like bronzer and blush over here as well. I applied my blush with my blender instead of a brush that would just like kind of brush it away. Didn't like even reveal any of the coverage. If any coverage kind of comes away, what you can do is like mix a little bit of blush, and this is easier if it's cream. You can mix a little bit of blush with a little bit of foundation and just like dot it the exact kind of shape. In any case, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the little bell button so you know every time I upload. I intend to upload next Monday. I think I want to do like my minimal acne skincare routine, because I have changed it around so much since I last did it. I have stripped back so many things, and so I really wanted to do that. Let me know if that is something of interest to you, and see you then.